Hey, this is Excel Mage bringing you dispatch 2 of Excel for accounting. I'm doing a retake on automatic general ledger coding. I did it in the last episode, but I feel like I tried to cover too much material too fast and I didn't do it justice. I didn't think it was that great, so I'm going to try to retake it this time, do it slower, explain it better, and provide more examples, so hopefully you understand it better. So the premise of this is that we have this raw data over here that we got from a bank, and we got to input it into our accounting system. But before we could do that, we have to code it to a general ledger. And you could take your time to code it manually, by hand, look at every single one. Or what you could do is you can automate it and then just look for errors. I think you get a lot more done and you have a higher quality work if you automate the function. Once you automate it, you're not concerned as much about doing the work as you am about like error checking it. So it provides a higher quality of product. So we're assuming a situation where one vendor could only be one general ledger. A simple situation. And what I did was I put these values on this table. On the left I have a vendor, column 1, and in column B I have the general ledger it's coded to. So I'm going to go back to this column and set up a formula that will cross-reference the vendor from here with the general ledger over here. So I'm going to use a VLOOKUP function for this. It's a database query function. A VLOOKUP function involves 4 arguments. It's 4 parts, 4 inputs. The first one is the lookup value. That is the item we are looking for on the table. In our case, that is the vendor. So I'm going to pick Balboa Chemical. You see how B2 popped up in here because it's an active formula. The next thing we do is we add a comma. Commas separate the arguments. It works like that for all functions. So after the comma, the second argument we're looking for is the table array. That's the where. In our case, it's this table on the second tab. So I'm going to highlight this area. This is where all the information is located. Do an end comma. Now when I use a VLOOKUP, it's looking for the entry in the first column of the table. In this case, the column starts in A, so it's looking for that value, the lookup value, in A. So I have another comma after it because I'm separating that between the third argument. The third argument is the column number that it's going to return the answer from. In this case, it's a 2 because we're pulling the value from the second column, which is column B. So next we're going to put another comma because we're introducing the fourth argument, is whether we want an approximate match or an exact match. True is approximate match, false is exact match. Personally, I always use false because I prefer something that's like precise. So I type in false and then the close parentheses. You always use the close parentheses after the function. Then you hit enter. And that returned inventory. So Balboa Chemicals equals inventory. If we go over to the table and we find Balboa Chemicals, we see inventory over here. Then I could spread the function down by double clicking the corner and the function spread. So we see Craigslist is booked to recruitment. Go over to the table. We find Craigslist, we see recruitment. It cross-references the values. And went all the way down. So So we go back over the table, you see I set up this third column, and now I'm going to show you how to do the same VLOOKUP, but now pulling info from the third column. So I'm going to set up a new column over here and call it COGS, cost of goods sold. Did a little yes no thing going on over here. And now I'm going to try to pull that yes no. So it's equals VLOOKUP. Let me see, it popped up over there. The first argument is what we are looking for, which is in this case the vendor, comma. The next is where we are looking for it, the table, the array. It's right over here. We're going to highlight the whole thing, comma. This is where I like to put in these dollar symbols. These dollar symbols act to anchor the formula when you drag it. If that 1 wasn't there and I dragged the formula down, then that 1 would become a 2 as the formula drags. In this case, I want it constant. Regardless of where I pull the formula, I want it to stay from here to down here. So I put in these dollar symbols before the A, the 1, the C, and the 17. Anyway, that's why you use the dollar signs. Okay, so this comma, so we're doing the third argument, and for the third argument, it's asking which of the 3 columns is it looking for the answer in, and we're trying to pull the answer from the third column, so we use the number 3. And then false. I always go with false. You could use true if you're looking for, like, I guess, like vaguer logic. Maybe it doesn't say Amazon, maybe it says something like close, like Amazona, I don't know, but I always go false. You hit enter, you see you pull a Y. I'll spread the formula down, double click in that corner. So Balboa Chemicals, it's Y, yes, that's a COGS account. Works like such. There's a myriad of uses to this VLOOKUP. I guess that's it for the episode. So you should subscribe to my account and watch my next episode. I'll see you later. Bye.